You know, we always hear these stories about tech billionaires dropping out of college, but you rarely hear it about real estate moguls.
That's true. Usually it's all about the MBA or the finance degree.
Well, not for Daniel Heider. We're talking about a guy who dropped out, realized school wasn't his vibe, and went on to build the #1 team in Washington, D.C.
Okay, I love an underdog story. How did he pull that off?
It started with hustle, pure, unadulterated hustle. Before he was 23, he was working 3 hospitality jobs back to back.
3? Like simultaneously?
Yeah, breakfast at a hotel, then lunch and dinner at a fine dining spot across the street, 7 days a week.
That is exhausting just to think about. But I guess that teaches you how to deal with high-end clients, right?
Exactly. He says there's a direct link between how much you earn and how satisfied people are in your care. And that paid off, literally.
Let me guess. He met a client waiting tables?
Spot on. One of his regulars gave him a referral. He closed a $3 million deal, saw that 6% commission check, and realized, okay, I can work just as hard but make way more money here.
So he just jumps in and starts cashing checks?
Actually, no. And this is the smart part. He went to work for Washington Fine Properties for free.
For free? After working 3 jobs?
He called it his tuition. He figured the money he lost by not taking commissions was basically what he would have paid to go to Harvard 3 times over. He was an assistant to an assistant, just soaking it all in.
That is some serious long-term thinking. Most people just want the quick buck.
Right? He built his knowledge brick by brick. He eventually teamed up with a mentor, Jeff Wilson, and they moved to TTR Sotheby's.
And that's when things really took off?
Big time. Now the Heider Company is the #1 team in DC and #2 globally for Sotheby's.
Okay, but how? Is he just really good at open houses?
It's the marketing. You'd think the most followed real estate agents are those reality TV stars from Miami or LA, right?
Oh, absolutely. Selling sunset vibes.
Wrong. It's Daniel Heider. His team has over 4.4 million followers. They are undisputed social media kings.
4.4 million? That is insane reach. He must have a massive army of sales agents then.
That's the other crazy thing. He doesn't. His team structure is flipped. Most teams are heavy on sales agents with maybe one admin.
And Heider?
It's mostly support, marketing managers, directors of ops, concierges. They have a small but mighty sales arm, supported by a massive machine.
That actually makes so much sense. It lets the agents just sell.
Exactly. He calls it staying in your swim lane. He focuses purely on business development and high-level showings.
Instead of getting bogged down in paperwork.
Right. He delegates everything else so he can be where he's most valuable.
And his biggest advice? Treat clients like gold. Be unforgettable.
That sounds like a cliche, though.
He means it literally. Like, if a client mentions an anniversary, he'll call the restaurant they're going to, pay the bill beforehand, and send champagne.
Okay, that is next level. That's that hospitality background coming out again.
It all comes full circle. He says if you can become the most indispensable professional a client ever meets, you win.
From waiting tables to running the world's most followed real estate team. Not bad for a college dropout.
Not bad at all. It's a masterclass in hustle and branding. Thanks for listening, guys.
Catch you next time.